Hi, hello, welcome. If you found your way here, you're obviously lost, but that's okay, because so am I. So recently, I had the misfortune of watching The Bachelor on Sunday night because I have nothing else to do and I'm a heathen. Wait, it's Monday nights. Why Monday nights? That's my first problem with this whole series. Why Monday nights? Who has time on a Monday night? Monday nights, I'm thinking about what I have to do tomorrow for Tuesday, when I'm going to bed, all of that. I'm cooking, I'm reading, I'm doing something else. I'm not thinking about, who Peter going to fall in love with this week. I don't care. I don't care. But anyway, I feel like it would be a good Friday night show, like something you sit in the bathtub with, you watch, you judge, you kind of, relaxing judgment is what I'd like to call that. Yeah, like sitting in a bathtub, just being like, oh Lord, what is going on? I think 90 Day Fiancé, which if you haven't watched, you totally need to watch, has the perfect timing of like a Sunday night, you're getting ready to go back on Monday and you're thinking about all the dumb people that you're going to have to deal with, and then you watch 90 Day Fiancé and you're like, maybe my life's not so bad. So anyway, to get back to the main point, I watched The Bachelor. It was episode 2, I believe, and surprise, surprise, Hannah is back. Now, not any, in case you haven't watched, not any of the Hannahs that are on this season who are there for Peter. No, Hannah, the ex-girlfriend who decided to dump Peter and who made Peter her third pick. Let's not forget that. Now, I feel like it's different if you go back for the second pick, like maybe Tyler, why not? Go back, try that. But she's on the third boy now where this isn't working out. So maybe I don't know, stop. How about that? Stop coming back. I mean, the disrespect. Now, hold on. I know that the Bachelor producers are doing this for drama. And I also know that I'm not the target audience for the Bachelor producers, right? They're not thinking what is some 20-something-year-old who has physics homework due in an hour thinking about our show. They're just not thinking about me. This is made for 40-year-old moms whose husband Bill won't even play with the kids anymore. They're, desperate for that romantic attention. They're it's like a fairy tale, like a Disney princess fairy tale, but for middle-aged women. So I know I'm not the target audience before anyone comes at me with that. I get it. They're not coming after 20-something-year-old who, has physics due tomorrow. Fine, whatever. But regardless of that, the amount of drama that they put into the show on purpose is iconic. The devil works hard, but the Bachelor producers work harder. And Hannah is the perfect thing to bring back if you want to start some drama. So anyway, Hannah's brought back. She's at their little talent show or whatever the hell. I only half watch this. I'm always doing something else while I'm watching it, but I watched it. I swear I watched it. So she's at their little talent show and she cries with Peter on a couch and she's like, oh, will you just take me back? I need a second chance. Let me in the house. And Peter's like, damn it, my ex-girlfriend's back to choose me third. What do I do? She's already tried out Jed. She's already tried out Tyler. And now I'm her third pick. Damn, that's great. Wonderful. Now, not to say that when you break up with someone, you automatically lose feelings. I'm not going to be that harsh, but at the same time, you have to realize when you're the third pick. If one of my exes came back to me and was like, yeah, I broke up with you for this girl Tanya or this girl Rebecca or whatever, and then I tried this other girl, but I'm back at you, you seem okay, I know we broke up, but maybe again? I'd be like, hell no, I'm not your third pick. Peter is literally Hannah's third pick, and she's sitting on this couch crying over him, messing up her makeup for what? To look a fool? You look like a fool. You do. Sorry. Not sorry. And then the audacity that Peter has even considering letting this woman back into his life. A, get some respect for yourself. She obviously doesn't respect you. You're her third pick, may I remind you. And she also doesn't respect you enough to stay out of your space when you're trying to have your moment in time and find your wife. If someone really respected you, they'd stay out of your way and just be like, you know what, I'm happy for you, go get it. I'm not going to come back and ruin everything again. Once again, I get that this is probably heavily produced and scripted, but I'm going on the assumption that it's not fully scripted, so bear with me. And then Peter goes and disrespects all the other women who are there specifically for him. Now, every woman who has come there, the 30 women he has, are there for him. They all came to the show to try and be with him. So it doesn't make any sense that you have someone who chose you as their third choice, and you have 30 other beautiful women who you're their first pick, and you still think about the person who chose you third. That doesn't make any sense. You should not, you should never even consider that. But anyway, he's sitting there actually considering this because he's still in love, and he's so sweet and darling, and ugh. And then these other women are just left. They're just left there. So these other women are sitting here like, what the hell? Like, what's going on? Why is she back? And then he has the audacity, the nerve, to come out and say, yeah, I think I'm going to end this date early and send you all back to like the little cocktail party or whatever, because I need time to think. It's really messed me up emotionally that she's back. And out of everyone, only like 1 or 2 girls say like, hey, that's messed up. We're all here for you, and you're going to like ditch us, abandon us so that you can think about your ex. Like, we're all here to be with you. And only 1 girl confronts him in that whole thing. And then, after all of that, we go back to the cocktail party after all of what has happened. And that 1 girl has like a little one-on-one time with him. Whatever you want to call it. She's sitting with him and he's like, oh, I love how you're so spicy. I love how like you tell the truth and stand up for yourself. But it's kind of like a backhanded compliment, because you can kind of tell that he's really thinking like, you're a bitch. But he's not saying it because obviously he can't say that. But you can tell he's thinking like, you're a little aggressive and I don't really like that. And then he has a bunch of one-on-ones with these other girls. And the other girls the most passive ones, the ones who didn't stand up to him, those are the ones where he's like, oh man, like, I love you so much, like, thank you for understanding. They're not understanding, they're being walked all over by you, buddy. That's not understanding. Understanding would being like, you know what, I know that you're having a hard time with your ex, but at the same time, you need to stop doing this because it's hurting the rest of us. That's understanding, where you can see their perspective and then also offer like your own feelings. That's understanding. Now, what's being passive is not giving your own feelings and just letting the person do what they want. And I feel like Peter's also a very passive person from what I've noticed. Like, he doesn't seem like the type to take an initiative. He is a golden retriever in human form, I swear to God. That's what I think about every time I see him. Like, he's very passive, like a family-friendly, like, lovable dog. And I feel like that's all the Bachelors, though. Like, that's all the Bachelors, all the Bachelorettes. That's kind of their premise of their show. Like, they want to pick out the one, like, mediocre man that every 40-year-old housewife can fall in love with. I don't know. That's my opinion, but not even just housewife, working moms, too. Like, we'll throw them in. Speaking of which, they totally robbed my man Mike. You remember Mike from Hannah season? God bless Mike. He was so good. So he totally should have been there instead of Peter. They should send Peter off with Hannah and bring Mike in. I would be so much happier. And then finally, the last problem that I have with Peter that I can think of right now, because my brain's kind of a jumble thinking about this whole mess. It's a whole train wreck. Like, you can't look away, but you're watching it and you're like, oh, this is kind of entertaining. I have nothing better to do than watch this. So, the final problem I have with Peter is right as everyone gets there, he's like kissing on everyone. He's like making out with everyone the first day. And I know that they all want to get the first kiss and be like memorable or whatever, but he's kissing on everyone. It's not even special, right? Like, normally the Bachelor, like, who they kiss in like the first 2 episodes is like telling of who that they're going to end up with, right? Like, who they have the strongest connection with. No, this man's kissing left and right and left and right. He's probably going to catch mono. He's probably going to catch 50 million diseases. I mean, the lack of hygiene scares me, which I know is stupid, right? It's like a dating show. Of course, they're all going to kiss each other and whatnot, but it's still, ugh. Like, imagine kissing 30 people. Like, imagine what diseases you could come across. I don't want to. It's going to send me into an anxiety attack. So anyway, he's kissing everyone. I don't like that. Also, first episode, when that one girl cheats through the obstacle course by cutting straight through it, and there's no punishment for her, what is that? What is that? When in real life would you get to go and have the date if you cheated like that? That's straight up. There's nothing else you can describe that as other than cheating. She went straight through the obstacle course. The poor other girl was still pedaling around, and she's like, nope, gotta go straight through. And he just allowed that. Like, the producers would be like, yeah, that's fine, she can win. Ugh. And then the obvious pitting of the smart, cool woman who are like the aviators and like fighter pilots or whatever. versus the group of girls who obviously have no flight knowledge. Like, why would they have flight knowledge? Why would they? When they're doing that little quiz thing to have some one-on-one time with Peter or whatever the hell it was. I just don't get that. It was like they're purposely embarrassing these women who obviously wouldn't know anything about flying in front of him. I mean, granted, you know, how many feet are in a mile? That's not like a groundbreaking question or anything wild, but still, like, you don't need to try and embarrass people on TV. That's just embarrassing. If you have, like, imagine walking into a class that you had no clue what the subject was even, and then you're handed a test and they're like, okay, we're gonna project your answers to the entire world after you take this and prove that you don't know anything. I'd die. In fact, I had a physics, and this is totally off topic, but I had a physics test like that recently, where it was like an entry-level test to see what you know, but like, you don't know anything because you've never taken physics before. So that's how I felt watching those poor girls try and do the flight test. And then they give Peter credit for like the dumbest things, right? One girl threw up and he like knocked on the door and brought her a bottle of water, like any sane normal human being who just saw another human being throw up would do. And she's like, oh my God. Peter is like the nicest person in the entire universe. I can't believe that he cares that much about me. Girl, he's known you for 2 days. He's probably just like, the set's probably liable to make sure you don't die, which is why he's checking on you. Or, you know, like he's just being a normal, nice human being. That's the thing with all of the bachelors, all the bachelorettes. So they're like people have so many fantasies about these people that when they do like even one nice thing for them, they're like, oh my God, best man ever. Oh my God, Peter didn't immediately punch me in the face when he met me. Like, I think it's true love. Like, oh my God. That's how I feel watching them. Because it's like, yeah, he did a basic human thing, like being nice to you and like hugging you when you first met. Like, woohoo. I mean, the introductions are a whole nother problem where all of those like flight jokes and they're like, oh my God, like I'm a flight attendant, like how funny, or like I'm gonna ride in on a plane. And the windmill jokes, don't even get me started. No one wants to, why are you thinking about that? You know, why are you thinking about this man and his ex-girlfriend together? Just stop. You know, you can complain all you want about Hannah showing up to the house, but you're the one making windmill jokes, like kind of hypocritical, don't you think? Like if you don't want to think about her, don't want to acknowledge her, then don't. Anyway, that concludes my little rant on Peter as the Bachelor. I'd love to know your thoughts and comments because I feel like I'm kind of alone in this. Like everyone else just loves him and I'm totally missing something. Like, but then again, not the right age demographic, not the right demographic that they're targeting. Whatever, I still don't get it. So if you could leave a comment enlightening me, or maybe sharing why you don't like Peter, because I'm sure there are more reasons not to like this guy that I just don't know about. No, I'm not saying I hate him. I'm saying I don't understand the hype. Like I've never understood the hype of any bachelor or any bachelorette though, so maybe I'm just completely missing something. I don't know. Let me know if you know. And for now, continue being an awesome person and having a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye!